Welcome to today's continuing education piece concerning Thermo Hog safety. And today I'm taking the risk of appearing in front of you, looking like I look and feeling like I'm feeling, because I thought, maybe God himself could use this as a lesson that keeps many of you out there from ever making a careless mistake like I made just 4 days ago. When I was young, we came up in Pennsylvania, and my daddy always told me, never ever point a gun at somebody, son. It could be loaded. Yeah, Dad, but I made sure it wasn't loaded. Son, never point a gun at somebody, whether it's loaded or unloaded. And I have a new something I want to plant a seed in your mind. Never ever treat a thermoplastic vessel, hose, gun, connection of any type or sort as if it's not under pressure. And I won't go into all of the details surrounding the terrible accident that happened. But my friends, I will never ever treat a thermoplastic connection of any kind, small or large, but what it has, I'll assume that it has pressure behind it. And if I had just done that, a simple device like this, less than 25 bucks, and I would have been completely protected. We're boxing up this is my first day back to the office, and I don't plan to work full day, but I'm feeling well enough, thank you Jesus, to come back. But I'm sending one of these as an example to all of you out there who have purchased this truck, but really whether you're running an MRL truck, an aero truck, any truck you're running, this plastic is hot. If it's under pressure, it explodes very quickly. I took a whole face full of this stuff and took a helicopter ride to Shands Hospital. And thank God that I have my eyesight and that the burns weren't any worse than what they are. But I'm just here to encourage you today. On a Thermo Hog, there are connections, sanitary connections, there are threaded connections, there are O-rings that go in between these connections. If the O-rings aren't used and then the system's pressurized, you could have a squirt of thermo come out. If you're taking one apart and it's under pressure, like I was doing, thermo in a split second can come out and cover you. Make sure you're wearing long pants, long sleeves. You can see here, if I'd been wearing long sleeves, look, nothing up here, right? If I had just been wearing long sleeves and a hard hat with a face shield, I could have avoided all this. Too late for me, but it's not too late for you. One other point I want to talk about, just making an assumption that all lines are pressurized, all connections are pressurized. This sheathing that we put over our connections has, yes, it's insulation, but it's something equally as important as the insulation is when we're done and we wrap these connections. If this ever loosened up, it wouldn't shoot oil out there. It might make a mess, but nobody's going to get hurt. Now, what concerns me is I have seen occasions from time to time, maintenance will be necessary on your truck, on any truck. And if you pull this connection back and you do something to, replace a ball valve or something, you've got to make sure, walk around your truck tomorrow morning and make sure that those connections are covered and taped so that if there's a leak, it can't squirt out onto some adjacent person. And that goes for the smaller hot oil lines. We also use the same thing on the larger lines. I remember just another talking point around this. I remember very early on, 6 years ago, when we started down this road, and we were using gaskets on our filter screen before the guns. And I'll never forget one day, thermo just comes squirting out, and thank God nobody was standing there. But that's the day, like on our heat exchangers now, we don't use any gasket. just direct metal to metal. Got to be flat, and it'll make a nice seal. We don't have that risk. But just encouraging you, whether maybe you're maintaining a packing on your pump. What would happen if that packing suddenly gave way and, you know, it could spray thermo? What about your guns? You know, you're down there, you're laying on the road trying to clear an issue with your guns. Are you wearing a face shield? Are you wearing a hat or a hard hat that can protect your head from thermo? So I'm really asking specifically that none of you take screenshots and, you know, send them to your friends or post them on social media. This is meant to be a very intimate reminder, a very solemn reminder to any of you out there working with thermo or around hot oil. Be very careful. If you do happen to get burned, God forbid, get to some ice water as quickly as you can. What I did in my case, I was able to get my face in ice water literally within 5 seconds. I had my whole head plunged in to ice water. Thank God again for his mercy. Other than that, guys, I want you to work safe. I think I will just include one more tidbit other than, you know, be careful, this stuff is hot kind of message. Pretend every line is pressurized, every connection is pressurized. Wear proper safety gear. That includes closed shoes or boots, blue jeans or equivalent, long sleeve shirts, and hard hat with face shield. So until I see you next time, I pray that God will keep you safe and that you will take the instructions given in this short video and that you will keep you safe. Take care.